Hello, everyone. Welcome to weekly Oscar film forecast, whatever you want to call it. Because today we're going to be reacting to the 2024 Golden Globe nominations. Crack of dawn for people on the West Coast, not as much for us. A little bit later.
First, we have a lot of comedies in the race for the top contenders, more so than most. So that's going to be interesting, which I think is making people think that this is a fairly predictable Golden Globes, especially with 6 nominations for every category, which is new this year, which only means that we're probably going to get thrown a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah, they're never predictable. They're usually insane. So let's just get into it. Cedric the Entertainer giving us our first set of nominations here. Let us begin.
All right. Best Original Score, Motion Picture.
Okay, here we go. Movies.
Jerskin Fendrix, Poor Things.
Very good.
Ludwig Göransson, Oppenheimer.
Yep.
Joe Hisashi, The Boy and the Heron. Micah Levi, The Zone of
Interest.
Daniel Pemberton,
Just won it last
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Robbie Robertson,
Okay, he
Killers
made it. Okay.
of the Flower Moon.
It's a good category.
No Elemental.
Some recent
Best
picks in
performance
there.
by a female actor in a motion picture, musical or comedy. Fantasia Barrino, The Color Purple. Jennifer Lawrence, No Hard Feelings.
Yay.
Natalie Portman, May December.
Let's go.
Alma Poisty, Fallen Leaves.
Oh,
Wow.
Robbie, Barbie.
Good.
Emma Stone, Poor Things.
No
Wow,
Halle
Golden
Bailey.
Globes.
Categories. Let me introduce my good friend
Yeah,
Wilma.
I told you. I
Valderrama.
didn't think it was going to happen.
That was truly foreign press pick right there.
Yes.
So
Best
far, nothing
motion picture,
objectionable.
non-English language. Anatomy of a Fall.
Okay.
Fallen Leaves.
Okay.
Ayo Capitano. Past
Oh.
Lives. Society of the Snow.
Okay.
The Zone of Interest.
Okay. Okay.
Best original song, motion picture.
Okay.
Addicted to Romance. She Came to Me.
What?
Dance the Night. Barbie.
Is that Diane Warren?
I'm Just Ken.
Maybe.
Barbie. Peaches. The Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Why?
Road to Freedom. Rustine. What Was I Made For?
Okay.
All right,
Barbie.
that's all the thank you. That's all the
No
care
Olivia
for.
Rodrigo song.
I haven't heard anything Golden
Best
Globesy yet.
motion picture animated. The Boy
Animated,
and the
okay.
Heron.
Yes.
Elemental.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spider-Man Across the Universe. The
Spider-Man.
Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah.
Sazumi.
Oh, okay. Wish.
With that in there.
No Teenage Mutant Ninja
Best
Turtles.
performance by a male actor in a supporting
Yeah.
role in any motion picture. Willem
Okay, here we
Dafoe,
go.
Poor Things. Robert De Niro, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Okay.
Robert Downey Jr., Oppenheimer.
This is gonna be the top.
Ryan Gosling, Barbie.
Good.
Charles Melton,
Thank God.
May December.
Yay.
Mark Ruffalo,
Yep.
Poor
All right.
Things.
Easiest
That's pretty
category.
Yeah. Okay. Nothing too insane.
Nothing insane
Best
at all.
Screenplay Motion picture. Greta Gerwig, Noah Baumbach,
Yay!
Barbie.
Okay.
Tony McNamara, Poor
Yep.
Things.
Good.
Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer.
Fantastic.
Eric Roth, Martin Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon.
We knew that was happening.
Celine Song, Past Lives.
Ooh.
Yay.
Justine Triet, Arthur
Ooh.
Harari.
No American
I lo-
Fiction.
I like this new HFP.
Yeah.
Best
Wow.
performance
That's
by a
nice.
male actor, Emma Stone, The Curse.
Double nominee, I'm assuming.
Best
Right?
director,
Oh, we already
motion
got Emma
picture.
Stone. I forgot what order
Yeah.
we're doing this.
Bradley Cooper, Maestro.
Bradley makes it. Okay.
Greta Gerwig,
Greta.
Barbie.
For directing. Okay, good.
Yorgos Lanthimos, Poor
Yorgos.
Things. Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer.
Good
Martin
Scorsese.
Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon.
And...
Celine Song, Past Lives.
Oh, Past Lives is doing very well. Wow.
I'm very happy.
Performance by a female actor in a supporting role in any
Okay.
motion picture.
This could be
Emily
insane.
Blunt, Oppenheimer.
She makes it.
Danielle Brooks, The Color
Yeah.
Purple.
Do we get 2? The Color
Jodie
Purple.
Foster,
Yeah,
Nyad.
of course. Of course.
Julianne Moore, May December.
Thank God. Thank
Yeah.
God.
Rosamund Pike,
Oh.
Saltburn.
They were going to be the
Divine
place.
Joy Randolph, The Holdovers.
No
Okay.
Taraji. Okay.
No Taraji.
Best performance by a male actor in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. Nicolas Cage, Dream
Yeah.
Scenario.
Yes.
Timothy Chalamet, Wonka.
Yep.
Very
Matt
good.
Damon, Air.
Yep.
Paul Giamatti, The Holdovers.
Yep.
Joaquin Phoenix, Beau is Afraid.
Yes.
Jeffrey Wright,
Yes.
American Fiction.
Yes.
Let's
That's
go.
an inspired choice.
Best
Performance by a male actor in a motion picture drama.
Drama. Okay.
Bradley Cooper, Maestro.
Yep.
Leonardo DiCaprio, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yep.
Coleman Domingo, Rustin.
Yep.
Barry Cogham, Saltburn.
Ooh.
Yay.
So,
Killian Murphy, Oppenheimer.
Andrew.
Andrew Scott,
Thank
All of
God.
Us Strangers.
Thank God.
No
Before
double
we-
Joaquin.
No.
They put Joaquin where
Best
he should be.
performance by a female actor in a motion picture drama.
Okay.
Annette Bening, Nayad.
Yeah.
Lily Gladstone's Killers of the Flower Moon. Sandra Hillard.
Yeah.
Anatomy of a Fall. Greta Lee, Past Lives.
Yep.
Good.
Carrie Mulligan, Maestro.
Yep.
Kaylee Spaney,
Yeah.
Priscilla.
Pretty easy 6 there.
Yeah. And Greta Lee is the only Past Lives actor nominated.
Yeah,
Best motion
theory, yeah.
picture, musical, or comedy.
This should be an easy 6.
Air,
Never mind. Okay.
American
What missed?
Fiction. Barbie.
May, December better be
The
here.
Holdovers.
I swear to God.
May, December.
Thank God. What missed?
4 Things.
Color Purple missed. The Color Purple missed.
Wow. But Danielle
Best
Brooks gets
motion
in. That's
picture
very good for
drama.
her.
So did Fantasia.
Anatomy of a Fall.
Yeah.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Okay.
Maestro.
Okay.
Oppenheimer.
Okay.
Past Lives.
Yep.
And finally, The Zone of Interest.
Ooh. Okay.
Thank you.
No Saltburn, no
That's-
Napoleon. They didn't go. Wow, this is the least Golden Globe-esque.
They expanded
Year?
the votership, actually. They actually
You can
did it.
tell. And American
Wow.
Fiction did get in for Best Picture, so I think that
It did.
Yeah.
Picture, Jeffrey Wright. That's
Those are the
it.
two.
But Color Purple didn't make it. It hasn't made any precursor so far, really.
Yeah, again, well,
I
okay.
don't
I
know.
think that's something that the Producers Guild will pick up on, and then it will go to the Oscar. I think it will help once it gets released and it becomes a big player. Hopefully, that's what I'm predicting it will be.
I'm
Yeah,
getting worried.
it's a little bit of a surprise because they had 6 categories in a musical place.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. And they went. I feel like they could have went with Color Purple or Air, and they went with Air. And
They
maybe
went with
that's
Air.
yeah.
That's so
They went with Ben Affleck over Oprah. That's interesting.
Yeah. But I'm sure they've seen it, right? I doubt it was a
Yeah.
scene issue. Okay.
I mean, it's
I don't know.
probably the least seen movie out of maybe that in American Fiction. It's not
Yeah.
as accessible. I mean, Air is definitely more accessible than The Color Purple. But I feel like there's no way the HFPA weren't invited to these screenings. And if you were, I'd be surprised if you didn't have a wonderful screening because it was just the one I went to was just so electric. So it's a little odd
Yeah.
that it misses. Like only Danielle Brooks gets in, but that's understandable. Especially because we have 2 Poor Thing boys and supporting actor. Yeah, and then Fantasia gets in. So it's the 2 actors, but no picture. It's very interesting. This
Yeah,
could,
past
with
lives.
with Lafka's win yesterday, this could be meaning maybe Zone of Interest takes that
Oh,
spot
yeah.
for Color Purple.
I think Zone of Interest is in there. I think that's our international pick.
Yeah.
Because Glazer, I think, is getting into director, even though he didn't get in here. I think Celine Song was the surprising director here.
Yeah.
Past Lives did very well. I'm gonna move that back into Best Picture now, I think.
Yeah.
And I think I'm
Zone of Interest
considering-
has to be your 11, if not your 10.
It's my 10 right now.
Okay.
I think I might kick out Color Purple, which then makes me wonder if Danielle Brooks can win if her movie isn't in picture.
I don't listen. I think it's very possible that Danielle Brooks, is very strong, very strong, very strong. But then once SAG comes, we either see the anointingness of Divine Joy Randolph or we see it of Emily Blunt. I think that's very possible.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't rule out Color Purple just yet. I think if Color Purple had opened, it would be a different story. But we're still waiting for it to arrive in the way that it's meant to.
Yeah, but late movies like A West Side Story and them still like I can understand Color Purple maybe missing some critics groups, but I thought it would start picking up at least picture noms with the Globes.
Yeah.
And it not making it here is, I think, very concerning.
Yeah, I mean, if The Greatest Showman can get in a year of 5, it is. But also, listen. A, we could say that this is the one weird Globes pick, or B, this is just the result of the new membership. And especially we were talking about it. Like you look at this category, this probably with Poor Things and Holdovers, there were a lot more comedies to pick from, and there were a lot more movies I feel in this category from other top tier contenders than usual. So you look at this list, and again, there's really, and Air was well regarded by a lot of people, maybe not people in this room. But so it's tough. It's not like there's a music here. It's not like The Color Purple not being here is egregious. I mean, all these movies are well regarded, highly rewarded movies of the year.
The Globes like their music. I mean, it's a very, as we can tell by the membership, it's a very new voting. I think it's a more honestly like criticky voting body based on the picks. I think because Color Purple hasn't been doing very well with critics groups. These nominations,
it's going to be an industry pick.
These nominations indicate that they have more of a critics group kind of taste at this point, which is cool. But I think that kind of hurts it.
Remember, Dreamgirls was not nominated for Best Picture, and Jennifer Hudson won. So Daniel Brooks can still win, especially if enough people have the sentiment that you have towards Emily Blunt, that it's not that much of a role worthy of giving an Oscar to.
I would worry about Divine Joy Randolph before Emily Blunt. I think that's the potential upset if Color Purple doesn't make a picture.
Out of the critics, definitely. I also think Wonka was not nominated for Best Picture, Musical, or Comedy. If that had gotten in over The Color Purple, then you have some issues to worry. But I think it showed that they were.
I'm still worried because there were 12 spots there. I think it's still not making it into like 12 of the picture spots. We'll have to see. I'm not sure. If it misses Critics' Choice on Wednesday too, I mean, I think then you might just have to take it out, unfortunately.
It'll be surprising.
Past Lives feels pretty safe in there now. So
May December feels very safe in there now.
Yeah. Yep. Finally, everyone getting on board the May December train.
Very happy about that.
But yeah, I think that pretty much makes what Barbie, Oppenheimer, Killers, Poor Things, Maestro, Past Lives, Holdovers,
May December,
Zone of Interest, and I guess maybe I could leave Color Purple at 10. But I think that could also be Anatomy of a Fall. But,
yeah, that did very well. Justin Triet getting him for screenplay.
Yep.
And it seems that they did change their rule because Past Lives is in Best Picture.
Yeah, it is in picture, and it's weird that it's an international. I thought that they stopped that after Minari, but maybe more. I think the rule is more than like 50% of the film has to be in a foreign language, so maybe that applies to Past Lives. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I'm also I'm interested out of those 6 directors, if our Oscar 5 will come from that list.
I think 4.
So it's just because they love Zone of Interest, but Jonathan Glazer does not get in for Best Director there. And it's not like they went with one famous director, Bradley Cooper, but then they went with Celine Song, which I think says a lot about maybe, it's not like they went for 2 celebrities to fill the category. Jonathan Glazer isn't big enough to be nominated. That's interesting to me. Yeah. Having seen Maestro now, I'm sure we'll get into this sometime this week, but I'm sure I think Bradley Cooper definitely should be nominated. I think he's a good actor. He's a way better director as far as as my opinion. So
he's a good director.
I would give him that 5 spot easily. So it's interesting to see if Maestro can build up momentum. Yeah, I feel like Poor Things got in everywhere it needed to get in. Killers of the Flower Moon got in everywhere it needed to get in.
Yep. I think most things performed about where they should have,
which
besides
is
Color Purple.
easy. It's easy because we are expecting these films to operate in an Oscar season where most places only have 5 spots. So when you have 6, it's like, well, yeah, everybody got in that we felt like needed to get in.
Yeah.
But yeah, no Globe shenanigans this year. This is a pretty. If this was like a critics group, I feel like we would be pretty. Listen, Joaquin Phoenix getting in for Beau is Afraid over Napoleon says all you
That
need
is
about this
amazing.
new Globes membership.
That is an incredible. That's one of the best picks of the day, I think.
Yeah.
Just because the other options would have not been amazing. And
What would be his
really
clip?
good.
What would be his clip?
Oh, I don't know. Pretty much any scene in that movie is him having a panic attack. So I think any of them work. But yeah, I think Barbie was the nomination leader. It had 9 nominations. Then Oppenheimer
Thanks to
had 8.
those original songs. It got all 3 in too. That was
That did.
interesting. That was the most like I feel like different category for us predictions wise.
Yeah, that was because it was what the 3 Barbie songs.
Fallen Leaves got in. No Color Purple song. Color Purple only got 2 nominations for its actors.
Yeah. I don't know about that movie. Yeah, but Fallen Leaves, that was a nice surprise. Fallen Leaves was a nice surprise.
Yeah. I mean, but listen, we should bring it up, even though it seems as if the HFPA has changed their voting body. I mean, this is the same group that, like, was omitting Jordan Peele. They've, a couple of years ago, we were talking about having no Black members. It's not that far reach to think, oh, the Golden Globes missed one movie and it was, The Color Purple. Like, I don't know. Again, we don't know their current makeup. We just know that they improved. Hopefully these nominations speak to that. And there are other movies that speak to the Black experience that are nominated. But I wouldn't just throw Color Purple off the lifeboat now.
No,
I think let's see what happens, because it definitely is an industry player. And I really do think we have to wait for it to open to really cement itself. Because think about what would happen to Black Panther if it didn't open. Like, it was the incredible footprint it had on the culture that then allowed it, let's consider this for the Oscars. If that movie hadn't opened, it would not have been considered in the same way. So I do think let's wait for it to really hit the public, and it's going to be a public's favorite if it's going to perform that way.
I think the comparison for Color Purple should be Hidden Figures, because Hidden Figures at the Golden Globes only got supporting actress and score. So I think similarly, Color Purple could be that late December release. I think it could still win SAG like Hidden Figures did, and that could be enough to push it back into picture.
Totally.
But I don't think it's going to be like a top tier contender anymore. I thought it might have been like a top 5 contender before. I don't think so anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, if Fantasia Barrino and Daniel Brooks are assured those 2 nominations, if you can get 2 acting noms plus the crafts and then get in for picture, like, that is, you have all around support, especially then if you win SAG. Because I believe Black Panther was the 3rd choice that year. It was Green Book, Roma, and then probably Black Panther. And Color Purple would probably fit that bill as far as not getting director, or maybe screenplay, but getting in picture. I mean, Black Panther didn't even have it, won SAG, but with no individual acting nominations at the Oscars. So I would, again, if it was able to win SAG and still get these all around nominees, I do think then it could still be higher up, maybe higher than Maestro or something. But it does seem that we're not going to go double for Color Purple or go Coleman for Color Purple.
Yeah. I think I don't know if we'll do a double this year, honestly. I don't think in supporting we will have a double, because I think one of the Poor Things guys, or maybe De Niro, misses, and we do have a double still. But I think the double will happen in supporting actor.
I think so many people just in love with what Ruffalo achieved with that performance. And I think similarly to Downey, it's a performance they didn't think that actor was capable of. And I think they've seen Willem Dafoe give that performance. So I think if you're going to predict one, I think you go Ruffalo, and then you got to put Charles Melton in there now. He has been unstoppable.
Yeah, he's a win contender. I'd like to see him win here because they're based off of their picks. They're looking a lot more criticky than they were beforehand, and he's been winning a lot of the critic awards.
Yeah.
So I think that would be a nice first start for his industry awards to win. But I'm probably just a little delusional. Okay. Anything else? I mean, we'll probably have Critics' Choice nominations are this Wednesday. We'll probably have a live stream at some point on Wednesday, fully breaking down everything that happened here, along with the Critics' Choice Awards. A few other things have happened since we last talked. LAFCA, and I think we also didn't talk about because it happened a few days after the AFI Top 10. So we will have all of that to discuss. Lots of stuff happening. Yeah, overall, I'm very happy with these picks. I think biggest surprise is Color Purple missing. Zone of Interest and Past Lives doing very well. Rosamund Pike and Barry Keoghan getting in for Saltburn as like the only nominations were nice.
So that's interesting. So if you're looking at the Globe, Saltburn and The Color Purple are on the same level. 2 acting nominations and nowhere else.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Which isn't I don't think come the Oscars they're on the same level. But the Globes do love Rosamund Pike, so I think that helps as well.
Yeah. And in the category of 6, again, I think I would say that speaks more to their love of Rosamund Pike than maybe the omission of Taraji P. Henson. You have to weigh these things. Like Jodie Foster too. Like it just happened that the 2 people that she could have gotten the spot from are 2 people that are beloved by the HFPA. That's the old guard still ringing true.
Mm-hmm. They've still got some sway. So yeah, I think they've definitely shown that they're more of a criticky group. I think Zone of Interest got a big boost. Color Purple did not. May, December, I think fully, for anyone who's doubting it, fully cemented. I think that you should have that in Best Picture.
Yeah.
And I think everything else kind of performed how it should have. So I don't think it was anything too pretty tame for a Globe nomination.
Listen, they put Bradley Cooper in for Best Director. I'm very happy about that. And, listen, the trio of Oppenheimer actors got in. There are things that I was looking for. I didn't necessarily expect them not to be there. But if you're there, I'm going to be happy.
Yeah. So I'm pretty happy with these overall. No Jared Leto's, no Ben Affleck for the Tender Bars, none of that going on. So Joaquin Phoenix was the nice surprise for Beau is Afraid.
I would say that was the one, like, we're going to go out there and grab a celebrity and bring them to the show. Which just proves to you how different this body is that they think they're going to bring Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
But they go for Beau is Afraid. I mean, that's a really inspired choice. Like, I think they used that nomination well. I know it's Joaquin Phoenix. It's not like this underseen actor. It's not like they went to go grab the actor from Rye Lane or anything. But Beau is Afraid, that was such a unique performance. It's so unlike anything this year or anything that he's done. And again, it shows that they nominated him for that and not for Napoleon. That's all. That's your bellwether. So very interesting year.
Yeah, so pretty good overall. Pretty good. So you can come back to comment your thoughts on all of the things that happened. Not what you think is happening with the Color Purple, Zone of Interest. How does this change your predictions? All that stuff. Like the video, subscribe so you can come back on Wednesday where we're talking about Critics' Choice Awards. We're going to break down this fully and a whole bunch of other stuff. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, Anthony, one final thought.
Real quick, because it just dawned on me, because we talk about Warner Brothers not being able to market their movies. Could that also mean that they're not able to campaign their movies effectively? And that's what we're seeing the results of. We're anticipating a traditional awards campaign that maybe Warner Brothers cannot financially run. That's just something to keep in mind.
Maybe. I just think that this voting body, especially with the people they added, probably wasn't going to go for Color Purple anyway, is the vibe I'm getting. It seems like they're much more in line with the critics groups that have also not gone for Color Purple so far.
Which that's going to be very interesting then to see how that kind of ripples throughout the rest of the industry awards. Because I do feel like they had a different vibe to the critics groups and Critics' Choice, and now they've kind of all assimilated into one, which just it's fascinating to me what this new body has done.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah, because it's not quite an industry show of what the industry thinks. So we'll see.
It does influence. Those speeches are very influential, I feel.
Yeah. I think you can. Me personally, I take mostly just the Guild nominations and wins and BAFTA nominations and wins the most seriously, and everything else can just be a nice little boost, is what I think.
builds the momentum. Get
Yeah.
your name in the news.
For sure. But until Wednesday, where can they find you on the internet, Anthony?
At Anthony_post.
Awesome. So thank you all for watching. Like the video, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.